good morning. It's Dr. Garrett, and I'm here inside the sauna at Empowering Health. Now, today I want to talk to you about how we're going to remove toxins from your body. Now, the process of detoxification actually begins in the liver, and I'm sure I've talked to you about we have two phases of detoxification. We have a phase 1 and a phase 2. Phase 1 is going to use a lot of B vitamins. Phase 2 is going to use a lot of amino acids, and together they both need a lot of antioxidants in order to get this to work. But when we're talking about the fat within your body, everybody is born with a predetermined number of fat cells. Now, fat likes to hold on to toxins, so every fat cell that has grown and enlarged within your body probably contains a fair amount of toxins that can be very damaging to your body and make you feel quite awful. So let's talk about what we need to do. So as that fat cell begins to let up what is inside of it, these toxins are going to go into the system and into the circulation. So let's say that I've got a whole bunch of fat cells up underneath here and over here and here and here that are deciding that they're going to start releasing some of their products. Well, the first way that it needs to be removed is through something called a lymphatic channel. Now, the lymphatic channel is kind of like a straw. There really aren't any valves or any pressure behind it. So if you think of them like blood vessels, because they run along with the blood vessels, and the arteries, the ones that are coming away from the heart, when the heart squeezes, you've got that hard pump behind it, which is pushing the blood forward. As it crosses that capillary bed and comes back towards the heart through the veins, there are valves in the veins that stop the blood from backfilling. Now, obviously, if you end up with varicose veins, this is because that valve has failed and then you get pooling of blood there. But that's another matter for another day. But the arteries and the veins have pressure behind them, whereas the lymphatic channels do not. Again, it's just like a straw. So it really relies on a skeletal muscle to pump in order to remove it or to move it along. So if you're not being active, you're not going to be able to remove those toxins and that excessive fat through the lymphatic channels. So typically I am telling people to get out and move. The other thing that I like is a little bit of lymphatic drainage, whether that's with a massage or my favorite thing to do is dry brushing. So you get your little Bohr's bristle brush, and right before you get in the shower, you're going to begin just by brushing down your arm back to your heart, down your other arm back to your heart, from your legs up to your heart, from your shoulders down to your heart, from your belly up to your heart. This is going to help move those toxins through those lymphatic channels, and this is going to help your body get rid of it a little bit better. Now, once we've moved it from the lymph into the system and into the circulation, now the body has to expel it. There are a couple ways that it expels. One is through breath, one is through sweat, one is through urination, and one is through feces. So let's talk about how we need to improve each of those. We're going to start with sweat first. So sweat is not something that ladies like to talk about, but we need to be sweating. This is going to be removing these impurities from our body. Sitting in a sauna for a couple minutes every day is going to help improve that detoxification. The other good thing about sauna is it does help to lower blood pressure. It helps with heat shock proteins so that your body can recover a little bit better, and it puts you in an anabolic state so you get muscle repair. So love the sauna for a lot of reasons other than sweat. If you don't have access to a sauna, you can always sit in an Epsom salt bath, pending you have no conditions that tell you not to do that. You can also go out and go for a walk or for a run or exercise. These can help improve that sweating so that your body is releasing those excessive toxins that are stored up in the tissues around the skin barrier. Now, the next thing is deep breathing. Now, I am a big fan of deep breathing. One, it's going to relax out the amygdala so that it helps with stress and anxiety. But a lot of these processes in which fat is let up is through a chemical reaction. So we have to get those toxins out of our body. So doing some deep breathing exercises is very important. So you're going to breathe in for 4, hold that breath for 2 counts, breathe out for 8, hold that empty breath for 2 counts, and then repeat the cycle again. Typically, we want you to do this a couple times. Bonus points if you do this before a meal and before bed, because this is going to help with a lot of things. Not only will it ease you into digestion, relax response, it will also help you to sleep a little bit better at night as well. So we love the deep breathing. Now, I'm going to go off on a small little tangent here. When we are sleeping at night, the body is trying to let up some of these toxins. We are in that repair and recovery mood. So if you, well, most of us do, but but if you're breathing through your nose when you're sleeping at night, you're creating this air chamber within your mouth, and so those toxins can settle on your tongue. So what I typically like people to do is first thing in the morning, as soon as you get up, use a little tongue scraper, scrape off some of that excess, wash it down like a drain, and then you can brush your teeth afterwards, or do your warm lemon water and then brush your teeth. I don't want you swigging a whole bunch of stuff down, because essentially you can put some of those toxins back into your body. The other thing is if you brush your tongue have these little papillae on them. Think about them as like hills and valleys. So if you're brushing, you're actually shoving those back down into those mucous membranes, and now you're creating those toxins back into the body again. So little tongue scraper, scrape it off, and then you can go about your day. So that is our deep breathing exercises. We want you to do that several times a day. Now, urination. Urination is also very, very important, because this is a process in which the kidneys are letting go of things as well. And we want to keep those kidneys nice and healthy. So make sure you are drinking your water. You need to be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water per day. That isn't flavored water. That isn't juices. That is pure, clean, fresh water. And again, bonus points if you can store it in either a glass or a stainless steel container, so that you're not getting any of those chemicals that can leach out and from the plastic. So make sure that you are drinking your water. The final way that we are going to remove some of these toxins from the body is through defecation, or a bowel movement. Now, we want to make sure that the bowels are moving every single day. Now, we don't want it to be too excessive, but we need these to be moving. A normal circadian rhythm, meaning that your body is in balance, usually you're going to have a bowel movement within about an hour of waking. This is the body going, okay, let's clean out what we did overnight and get rid of it. Now, if you're having trouble with your bowels, this is something that we can definitely talk about, but you may need more magnesium in there. You may just need more fiber and more fruits. So those polyphenols in that fiber is really good for you. I typically recommend that you're eating about a cup of berries per day. So that's going to be blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, currants. That's full of antioxidants, which will help with inflammation. That's full of all kinds of polyphenols, which will help with oxidation. It will also help with free radical damage, but it's also high in vitamin C, which can help stimulate a bowel movement. The other thing that we want you to do is add in a cup of beans per day. So this could be black beans, hummus, this could be mung beans, pinto beans, you name it, some kind of lentil. This is full of all kinds of good things, not just fiber, but it is also a pre and probiotic food, so it will help move things down. If you're still having issues with your bowels, remember my cereal bowl recipe. Go ahead and take a cereal bowl or a nice small bowl, and before each meal, fill that full of vegetables, raw vegetables, as this is going to improve your digestive enzymes to help get things moving a little bit better for you. Now, these are just some of the ways that we want to detoxify your body. There are a lot of other ways. Sometimes we need supplementation, whether that's with N-acetylcholine, DHEA, DIM, these different kind of supplements. Now, to know your story, I need to sit down and talk with you, obviously, a little bit more other than just the weight loss journey. But if you're having a lot of issues with detoxifying your body, or you're feeling toxic, we may need to talk about a few other ways that we can fix this for you. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And I want you to take this week and try to look for ways that you can detoxify your body. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.